I walked into the party knowing exactly what I would find, yet nothing could prepare me for the venomous spectacle awaiting me. The chandeliers sparkled, glasses clinked, and laughter rippled across the room, but my attention was drawn instantly to her, my wife, glowing under the lights like a predator in her element. Every movement a calculated display of charm, seduction, and audacity. She leaned close to men she barely knew, laughed with a confidence that screamed defiance, and touched where no one should dare, all while believing I remained blind to her games. And then our eyes locked. A fleeting moment, yet charged with silent war. "Don't touch me," she hissed, her voice sharp as broken glass, meant to wound, meant to assert control, meant to make me feel powerless. But I didn't flinch. I walked away, deliberately, letting her arrogance fill the space like wildfire, letting her believe she had won, letting her smugness blind her to the storm I had been preparing for months. Every laugh, every flirtatious glance, every subtle move she made that night had been meticulously documented. Hidden cameras captured what she thought was private. Messages she deleted were preserved. Every betrayal, every whispered lie, every secret rendezvous had been quietly logged, a chessboard arranged meticulously while she played a game of reckless confidence. She was dancing through her illusion of dominance, unaware that every step was leading her into a trap she could never escape, a trap built in silence, patience, and calculated precision. By the time she believed her victory was sealed, I was already setting the final pieces into place, a storm she would awaken to, a reckoning she would never see coming. By dawn, the carefully constructed illusion shattered like glass under a hammer. Her phone buzzed relentlessly, a torrent of evidence she could neither ignore nor erase. Secret recordings, screenshots of hidden messages, timestamps proving every lie, every betrayal, every hidden act she had tried to conceal, all unfolded before her eyes like a merciless symphony of truth. I had engineered every detail. Anonymous emails, sync recordings, strategically placed cameras, intercepted texts, all converging to reveal reality she had never imagined. Her smug certainty, the belief that she had outsmarted me, evaporated instantly as the first wave of evidence crashed over her. Her face paled. Trembling replaced her confidence, and every arrogant gesture from a night before dissolved into panic. The woman who had hissed at me, mocked me, and believed herself untouchable was now paralyzed, trapped in the very web she had spun to control her life. Each revelation was a silent blow, and with every new piece of proof, the scope of her deception became undeniable, unstoppable, impossible to spin. She had underestimated patience, precision, and planning. The invisible forces I quietly wielded to unravel her carefully curated facade. Every memory she thought she owned, every secret she believed buried, now lay exposed, impossible to deny, impossible to avoid. And as she realized the extent of her exposure, the weight of her fear became palpable. She sat frozen, staring at the evidence, unsure of how to respond, unsure how to reclaim a life she thought she had controlled. She had provoked, she had hissed, she had dared to dominate. But in that silence, in that relentless revelation, she faced the full consequences of her arrogance. When she finally turned to me, eyes wide with disbelief, voice trembling with a mixture of fear and defiance, it was already too late. I didn't need to speak. The truth itself was louder than any words, sharper than any accusation. Every betrayal, every lie, every hidden indulgence she thought invisible now lay exposed in their full clarity. And as I observed her unravel, I realized the devastating power of silence, of patience, and of meticulous execution. She had believed that audacity, charm, and manipulation could keep her secret safe, but she had never considered the quiet, unrelenting inevitability of truth. By night, she had hissed at me, confident and untouchable, believing she held all the power. By morning, she was stunned, shocked, and completely unprepared for the web I had silently woven around her, a web that left no escape, no room for deception, no avenue for denial. And in that crushing silence, the final lesson hit her like a physical blow. True power doesn't shout, it waits. True revenge doesn't demand attention, it orchestrates inevitability. True control is invisible, merciless, and absolute. She had underestimated me at her peril, and the world she believed she commanded collapsed under the weight of her own lies, leaving her questioning every word, every action, every memory she had ever claimed as her own. And as the morning light illuminated the aftermath of her downfall, I understood one immutable truth. The man she thought powerless had been patient, precise, and perfect, and in the end, I had won completely, silently, and forever.